Alrighty, so welcome everyone. I've been wanting to do this for a very long time. I am into all things dark. I'm weird. Okay, I'm weird. Um, Let me move it. So I am like it started when I was a young kid. My dad, when I was like 4 or 5 years old, my dad used to have my sister and I, watch like scary movies. Most kids at that age, their parents didn't really let them watch stuff like that. But um, my upbringing was a little different. Like my dad, my mom, they wasn't really strict when it came to stuff like that. As a matter of fact, they preferred stuff like that, us watching scary movies and stuff, because it kept us quiet and out of their hair. But my dad, when he and my mom broke up, my sister and I used to go to his house. He would order us pizza, give us all kinds of drinks and stuff, and we would sit there and watch scary movies. That was like our favorite thing to do. So I guess you can say that kind of, and not only that, but like I was raised here in Louisiana, so we used to have like all kinds of urban legends and shit like that. So that started my love of like dark, gory type of things and blah, blah, blah. Yeah. So anyway, so yeah, first before we get started, I'm going to do a dark tarot read on. This is going to be my dark tarot section of videos, besides the zodiac and stuff that I love to do. And we're just going to go inside the mind of serial killers, just like we already know the stories about what they did and how they did it and stuff like that. But we're going to go like into like the psychological part of these serial killers and just try to understand them a little more if we can. Now, because we are tapping into some dark energy, we need to stay protected. I got my Florida, I mean, not my Florida water. Actually, this time I'm using holy water. I got this from New Orleans. I usually use Florida water. So what I'm going to do, and I also ask if you guys are here watching to protect yourselves as well. I'm going to just dab a little bit on my forehead and on my ankle, behind my ear. And I'm going to ask that my angels, ancestors, and spirit guides of the light protect my energy, protect my vessels, protect my surroundings, and also that of my viewers. Anything that we tap into, I ask that it be returned once this reading is done. Keep us safe, protected from any type of mental, physical, psychological harm, spirit. Because, yeah, this is pretty like, yeah. So what I'm going to do is I'm not going to tap exactly into these people's energies, these evil, dark, twisted, deceased people's energies. I'm just going to ask spirits to give me some answers involving these people, because those of us in the spiritual community, we know that it can be very, like, quite dangerous when you're tapping into certain types of energies, okay? And also because, you just want to be careful, period. You just never know what type of energies you're tapping into at times. And I do believe that as well. Like energy, spirits, like all that shit is really real. It's like, it's real. So, yeah. So anyway, now that we got that out the way, so this is the book that I got. So yeah, my estranged husband, he bought this, what do you call those things? Like, it's like a little, like a Winnebago, like those little travel trailer things. It's very nice too. And I guess the person that owned it, like, left this book in there. And, because, my husband's into stuff like this too. And I said, oh, I got an idea, because y'all know I'm like real big into like, what's her name? Bailey, Bailey Sarian. Anyway, I've been watching her for about a few years now. And she's into, like, I love her like murder mystery things that she does. I watch them all the time. So I figured since I'm a tarot reader, I wanted to kind of incorporate that into, my tarot read. So this will be something that I'll do probably every once in a while. So yeah, I'll just randomly select a serial killer out of this book to read and just kind of get some information on. Please, you guys, like my video. Please like my video. Please like my video to get my stuff out there. Like I said, I'll do these like maybe like once or twice a week or something like that. Maybe once a week. I don't know. We'll see. But anyway, so the serial killer for this week, yeah, I'm going to do these at least like try to do these once a week because I do still have to do like my zodiac reads and stuff. So that takes a lot of time. So I've decided to do Ted Bundy. We've all seen the Lifetime movie that they did on him. And no lie, y'all, when I first met my husband, even my sister said this. My husband, we're not estranged anymore, but we are separated. We've been separated for like a year, coming up on a year. It'll be a year in August next month. But anyway, when I first met him, he used to have like these big ass like bifocal glasses on. And y'all know, like if y'all seen the movie, like the Lifetime movie talking about Ted Bundy, y'all know what I'm talking about. He was a very handsome man. The guy that played him was way more handsome than the real one. This is the real one right here. But the guy that played him was pretty handsome. He was. But he looked like my husband, especially when I first met my husband. Because my husband looked just like that, the guy that played Ted Bundy in the movie. And he had the big ass glasses because, this is like the time frame of like the 70s, 80s, And my husband, when I first met him, he's a little older than me, but he was just like so stuck in his ways. He still like wore the same glasses that he used to wear from like the 80s and shit before I like, you know what I'm saying? I had to like... I had to get him together with his glasses and just his overall appearance. I had to get him together. I had to fix him up, y'all. But I always told him, like, oh my God, you look like the serial killer Ted Bundy from the movie. He thought that was so funny. He actually took it as a compliment. And then it's funny because my sister, when she first met him, she said the same thing. She was like, he looked like Ted Bundy. I'm such a nerd, y'all. But he did. I swear he did. He still kind of does, like, not the real Ted Bundy, but the one that played him in the movie. Anyway, so that's what I'm going to do, okay? So we already know the story about Ted Bundy, right? Okay, so he was born, I think he was from Philadelphia or something like that. He grew up in Washington. But it was speculated that his mother, he was like a product of incest, like his dad was actually his grandfather. And he grew up believing that his mom was his older sister. And so it wasn't until he became a little older that he found out the truth. Yeah, I think that he was kind of like an introverted type of kid, like stayed to himself, like kind of shy. But they said he was like extremely smart, and did really well in school, did really well in college, and just, everybody that knew him to be this very sweet, loving, kind of soft-spoken, quiet, shy type person, whatever. It was completely different than, the person that we know of. So, yeah, they said that when he became like a teenager, he was just like he was most emotionally detached from his family. Like he wasn't really I don't know who keeps peeking in and peeking out. Like either you're in or you out. Like if you're going to come in and watch the video, stay in. If not, then go away. Like this video is just like not going to change. The subject of the video ain't going to change. Just like somebody keeps peeking in and peeking out trying to see if, like, yeah, it's going to stay the same. If this type of thing is not your thing, then yeah, then don't watch. Anyway... So he was emotionally detached from his family. I guess he thought that they were like beneath him. He thought he was better than his family or something like that. But even like, I mean, because the movie goes like in it doesn't go in, like, of course you can't pinpoint everything, but it still kind of glossed over what made him become the serial killer that he was. Um, his favorite place was like hanging around schools, universities, like young girls that were in college. Some like 12-year olds. He had a fetish for like, I don't know. Somebody is weird as fuck. I don't know who this is that keeps popping in and out of the video. I don't know if it's different people or if it's the same person, but I don't know. But anyway, he just had a thing for schoolgirls. And I think he even murdered like a couple of his instructors from like college or something too. But some of the victims escaped, some of them didn't. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay. So we're going to first, let's ask Spirit. Spirit, was Ted Bundy's grandfather really his father? Was he a product of incest, Spirit? Was Ted Bundy a product of incest? And yes, I will be back to doing my zodiac reads, you guys. I think I'm going to do... I was supposed to be done Libra. And y'all, for some reason, I don't understand why, but it takes like hours, like 12 to 20 hours for my lives to post. I don't understand why, but it does. So as soon as I watch this video, as soon as I record this video, excuse me, it won't be shown to you guys until like probably in the morning time. All right, so was Ted Bundy's grandfather, Spirit? Was it really his father? Was his father his grandfather, his biological father? There has to be something like going on, because if he was a product of incest, I could believe it. Because, to just out of nowhere just do something like that, that's crazy. All right, so let's see. It's looking like it to me, because I'm seeing in the cards where something was told to him that broke his heart. And I also see here with this Two of Swords, this is where he became detached and kind of withdrawn from people. And he just kind of went into this, like, it's almost like, I want to say that after he learned this information, whether it's true or not, this is what caused that imbalance inside of him. So, Spirit, clarify, why is this Wheel of Fortune here? This is interesting. And we got the Emperor on the bottom. I've seen the Emperor twice. So, wow, this is crazy. So the Emperor is not facing the Queen of Pentacles. So the grandfather was married. The grandfather went behind the grandmother's, his mom's back. And yeah, where it looks to me as if this has been a cycle that has gone on in their family for a while. Give me just a second, you guys. I knew it. That's the judgment here. Wow. Mm, 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 mm. Okay, so this is what I'm seeing, you guys. Clarify this king of... Wow, yes. Okay. So yeah, this is absolutely true, you guys. So this has been something that has been going on. Um this is something, first of all, I feel bad because he came from a karmic family. I'm also seeing that there were other issues in this family. Um but I feel like yes, this is something that has been going on. He was definitely a product of his grandfather and his mom. It is something that has definitely, with this four of wands, this four of wands, clarifying this king of wands. This is definitely something that has been going on within the home. Um, this is something like this has been a cycle. This is what I'm getting, you guys. Um, the grandfather kind of brainwashed the mom, his daughter, Ted Bundy's mom, since she was a younger girl, with this seven of cups. I don't know what twisted thing he was telling her, but it's like in a weird twisted way, especially with this justice card, that he made her feel like what he was doing to her by molesting her was right. Like almost like it was like something that many families did. It's like he completely filled her mind from a kid with all kinds of things, like, this is how fathers interact with their daughters, and if you love me, this is what you'll do. It's just almost like he manipulated her mind. She thought that that toxicity was normal, and I feel like the mom, for a while, the mom didn't know what was going on. But when she figured out, I think that the mom, his Ted Bundy's grandmother, um, I don't see much about her, but yeah. Okay, so the mom, kind of, how they say you have that mother's intuition, because what I'm getting is she kind of saw some differences in Ted Bundy's mom, but I feel like she couldn't pinpoint exactly what was going on. We're going to get to how she found out here in a minute, but when she did find out what was going on, I'm getting with this chariot, she threatened to leave the father, Ted Bundy's grandfather. She threatened to leave him. And I do feel like after it was found out what was going on, the grandfather felt bad. He felt, bad about what happened. He stopped doing what he was doing after this pregnancy happened. I don't think that the incest continued after this pregnancy. Um, but I do feel like with this judgment, because we got the Ace of Wands in reverse. So yeah, the grandfather was something else. Like, he not only was he giving it to his own child, he was also slinging it to other people too. He was having a good old time. And I feel like he also kind of had a reputation around that area. Um, I feel like they had a reputation. He had a reputation of, it was kind of being speculated in the area where they grew up from other people that he was doing things like that. Um, and also with this, I'm also getting, I'm wrong. Like, the it didn't stop. Like, even with the speculation and like maybe some of the rumors that were going on, I'm also getting that a lot of his sexual ways didn't stop. Like, he kept doing things. It actually made this man happy to go out and do these things that he was doing behind his wife's back. And it's just like, from what I'm getting from this King of Swords, like, this man was like very, he's coming off as very cold, kind of like emotionally detached. Now I'm starting to see why Ted Bundy was so emotionally detached the way he was. He actually took on, believe it or not, he actually took on a lot of his grandfather's mannerisms, the way he was, like his personality, because that's what the grandfather's coming out as. Like, he was the type of person that was very detached, that went out and did what the fuck he wanted to do. He also lured young women to sleep with him. The only difference is Ted Bundy's father did not kill people the way his son slash grandson did. Okay, but his grandson took on a lot of his ways when it came to, like, his just liking to go out and sleep with different women, and just kind of, I don't know, it's some type of thrill that they got from doing things like that. But yeah, the cards are definitely showing that um this was a product of, that he was indeed in fact a product of incest. Okay, so now let's ask the cards. Oops. Let's ask, how did the grandmother, Ted Bundy's grandmother, how did she find out about this incest that had happened? How did she find out that her husband, does it have his name on here? It doesn't even, it doesn't have his grandfather's name in here. Maybe I should have did more research online to look that up. Maybe next time in the video I'll be more prepared. But Ted Bundy's, how did Ted Bundy's grandmother find out about Ted Bundy's grandfather sleeping with his mother? How did he find out? How did she find out? How did the grandmother find out about this spirit? Okay, so yeah, it was told. It was told to her. Wow. Yeah, so okay. I was absolutely right. So here's what it is. She noticed some things that were different about her daughter. She was actually watching her daughter. I'm also getting that she saw something as well. I'm also getting that she saw something. Um, but yeah, she went to the daughter, and she basically got it out of her daughter that what was going on. Her daughter told her the truth. And also she went to her husband, and her husband finally told her the truth about what was going on, what he was doing. She also knew about other things like infidelity with other women as well. She definitely didn't take it too well. Like I'm getting with this Queen of Swords, like the mother was just like very like she it looks to me the way her energy is coming off like she cussed his ass the fuck out, like, and with this Ten of Swords tried to end it, actually tried to end this marriage with him. And I'm getting that she actually made plans to actually move and to leave her husband, but for some reason with this Four of Swords it didn't happen. I don't know with the Seven of Wands if she felt like she didn't have that means, like maybe she felt stuck in that situation, because you all know that back then it wasn't as easy for women back then to just pack up and leave and start over, especially when they were like so used to being taken care of, never really had, been on their own. I'm getting that energy from Ted Bundy's grandmother, that she just not was not that type of woman that um that took care of herself, that worked and did it, all of this. I'm getting that she was somewhat of a homebody, like a homemaker, and you know, um, but I do feel like, um, yeah, okay, yeah. He was the grandfather was the one that took care of the home financially. She wanted to leave, but she didn't have the means to leave, you guys. So she stayed there in that situation. And I think that I feel like they all came to an agreement to just never say anything to anyone, including Ted Bundy. Even though people from outside the home I'm getting were kind of like speculating what type of person that the grandfather was. At that time, they didn't know for sure. They didn't have any evidence, but it was speculated around their area that Ted Bundy's grandfather was a ladies' man, that he cheated quite often. I'm getting that he was the type of person that went and had drinks, went to bars, and just, slept with, picked up random women and things like that. Um, but this is something that was after she learned about everything that was going on. I just feel like, and even also back then, you guys, I feel like, unfortunately, in some families from that time era, a lot of women understand like some things, because I'm getting that the grandfather was kind of strict, kind of like, you know, I'm not saying that he was abusive of his wife, but he doesn't seem like he was a caring, compassionate type of husband. Like he would just seem like he was very cold. But sometimes women of that era, because they didn't have the means to take care of themselves, they would just kind of deal with what they knew what was going on inside the home, and they just kind of turned a blind eye to it and didn't really make a big fuss of it, because they didn't feel like they didn't have anywhere else to go. So why make something out of something when you don't really have a pot to piss in yourself? It's basically what I'm trying to say. So yeah, I do feel like, And the energy that I'm feeling, you guys, honestly speaking, I feel like she knew what was going on. I feel like she was aware, but I feel like when the daughter got pregnant, I think that's what kind of made things worse. I think that's when she was kind of just like, okay, enough is enough, you know. Alrighty. Now let's see. What made Ted Bundy, what made him commit the murders that he started? What started this in him? What made him go around and decide he wanted to start fucking raping and killing people? I mean, dysfunction makes people do crazy things, man. And not just that, it's just I do feel like like your genealogy plays a lot in the things that people do as well. What made him decide he wanted to start? Okay, so yeah. I'm seeing that he had an imbalance, you guys. This guy had some sort of chemical imbalance going on. He was not mentally stable at all. And just because a person is smart, has all the education in the world, seemingly come from a good family, does not mean that they're all the way up there, if you know what I mean. All right, spirit. Yeah, he was very cold and detached. Like, I'm seeing that right now. Like, he was very cold and detached person. Like, I'm also getting like a narcissist. Like, not like how we throw it around today, like just to be cute. Nah, he was a real fucking narcissist. Like, there was just like nothing. And what I'm also paying attention to, y'all see that devil right there? Some people, in my opinion, this is me speaking from a spiritual standpoint. Some people walk around with like demons on them, and some people are marked, is what I like to call. Some people are marked with bad omens, bad, like, you know how people say, I feel like there's a dark cloud just hovering over me. It was like that. I feel like he was just he carried this demon, like, and yes, demons are real, you guys. And unfortunately, sometimes it can trickle down your bloodline. Like, if your ancestors or someone before you that came before you in your bloodline didn't deal with certain things, didn't get the proper help that they needed, whatever, that same demon can trickle down in the bloodline for many and many generations. And unfortunately, I feel like that's something that happened. Like, people always look at things in the physical sense. No, spiritual warfare is definitely real. Like, there's a lot of things that even today, with all the killings, these young kids killing each other, as you notice, the young generation of kids don't have that empathy. They don't have that. It's like they don't have a conscience today, like we did growing up. You know what I mean? And it's just like, back then you had people that did all kinds of things. You had serial killers been happening like since the beginning of time. But the reason why it's so prevalent and so out of control now is because, like I say, those demons that went along, that trickled down in that bloodline, is hitting these kids today, unfortunately, even harder, Okay. All right. Yeah, oh my gosh, you guys. Yeah, so I knew it. Like, the whole situation that happened with his grandfather / his father, that fucked him up, you guys. When he learned the truth about what happened between his mom and his grandfather, when he learned that his grandfather was actually his father, that's when he really began spiraling down. It's like, because I'm getting that he wasn't always this cold and detached person. I'm getting that he was like, I mean, yeah, there may have been some things that were always there, but I feel like this cold and detached energy just came out even more. Something that maybe like, because I do feel like some people are born with more empathy than others. But the little bit of whatever he had that was like emotional, whatever, that empathy, that compassion that he had, the little bit that he had completely vanished when this family secret was let out, unfortunately. He also actually began to resent his mother and his grandfather. Yeah, that the home is just, yeah, the home was the basis for everything, you guys. It's almost like it devastated him, like to learn about that, like, you know, because I do also get a sense that his family, like, they tried to keep the home as normal as they possibly could, but I feel like also I'm getting that his mom wasn't like the most nurturing type of person either. But yeah, he actually started to resent her. We're gonna tap into her energy just in a minute. I also am getting that he became kind of envious of just like hold on. Yeah. That's when he started. Okay. I'm also getting that he resented his mom, you guys. And actually that's the reason why he started targeting young women. He actually want he that was actually him taking out his anger from his mom onto other women. And it's starting to make sense why he targeted young women because of this family secret that had happened. I feel like he just placed all of the now I don't want to say all the blame, but most of the blame that he because he grew up thinking that she was his sister when the whole time she was his mom. So I feel like he was just like in his mind like, but you are my mom. Like how could you, how could you give me away? How could you not give me that love and nurturing that a mom is supposed to give her child? And also when she had other kids, he saw how attentive and nurturing she was towards the other children that she had, because I think he was the oldest. So when he saw how attentive and how nurturing she was to the other kids, that made him resent her even more. So because it was just like he grew up with her acting like she was his sister instead of his mom, and he wanted that mothering type of relationship from her, and it pissed him off, unfortunately. And it's the reason why he started making these plans to target young girls and women, because he resented women. He wanted to make them feel the pain that he felt growing up. And unfortunately, that's the reason why we know the Ted Bundy that we know today. It's all psychological, you guys. It's very psychological. Spirit, give me some more energy on the mother of Ted Bundy. How was her relationship when it came to him? This is sad, man. This is sad. Me being an empath, if you guys felt what I feel right now, like, this is sad. This is the young boy crying for his mother. Okay, so she's coming out as the Queen of Cups. So I'm getting that maybe she was like, but let's see. But I also have the Justice here. So I'm thinking that when it came to, I still feel like, let's see, clarify this Queen of. yeah, like yeah, with the Queen of Pentacles, when she, like, it's almost like, I'm not gonna say that she was mean or anything towards him, but she was loving towards him, but not in the way of a mother. I feel like he compared his relationship with his grandmother to his mom, and he didn't view it in the same. He didn't view it in the same way. Because with this Page of Swords, this is someone watching someone. So I feel like I still feel like he saw her be a certain way with the siblings that he didn't really feel like he experienced. Because I mean, if someone is playing the role of your sister instead of your mom, you're going to be loving toward that person, but you're not going to be loving towards that person in the way as of, let's say, their mother or whoever. What's the justice here? Why is the justice here, Spirit? Yeah. Okay. So I was right. So after she got married, you guys, it's like her attention and her focus went on other things. Like, I feel like he compared the way his relationship. He compared the way she treated him compared to how she treated the siblings. And also, I'm getting, after she got married, that's when things really changed. Because when he was a kid, believe it or not, she, even though he thought she was his sister, she still was like very loving towards him. You know, she didn't treat him like, I'm not seeing or feeling like she treated him any type of, like, she treated him in a bad way or anything. But still, I just feel like compared to the grandmother, it still wasn't in that way. I feel like he grew up asking himself, like, why was my grandmother always this way? That, you know what I mean? Maybe my mom should have been this way. Why is the Nine of Swords in reverse? Yeah, hang on, let me see something. Hmm. He also don't have like um I'm also getting like, yeah, with the whoever the mom married, he didn't feel any type of anything for the husband either. What happened with the grandparents, Spirit? Because it didn't speak on what happened with the grandparents. What happened with the grandparents of Ted Bundy? Why did they need to move? Ah, give me some more, Spirit. Give me some more. Hmm. Oh man, this is sad. Yeah, so it looks to me like the grandmother just like, yeah, okay. It caused issues, y'all. I'm gonna be honest. What I'm seeing is the grandmother like had a hard time dealing with. Yeah, it just wasn't. Yeah, they didn't. And I also feel like because of the rumors and everything that was going around that area, I think that that's one of the reasons why the mom, well, his older sister, who we now know is his mom, was really his mom before he even knew she was his mom. Um, they left. They moved away because I'm also getting that this did cause problems in their home, as far as the grandmother and the grandfather is concerned. The grandmother just didn't want to really, I'm getting that she was someone that cared about how things looked, their reputation, whatever. Even though her husband was a fucking cheater, but still, I think that they just felt that it was. I think the daughter, the mom, the dad, they all just came to the conclusion that it would be best for them to move because they just wanted. Um, it was just too awkward, and a lot of it started a lot of speculation, a lot of talking started to happen. And not only this, but this caused a lot of problems in the marriage of Bundy's grandparents as well. And it was just an awkward situation. So that's the reason why they ended up moving. Um, but yeah, the mom who his Ted Bundy's biological mom, who he thought at the time was his sister. I mean, they're saying that he didn't know that this was his mom until like he was already in college. But I feel like he started to already know because he was also very quiet. But I think that his intuition kind of told him something wasn't right within the family because of the things that were going on, just the relationships, just how things were regarding their family. But I am getting that once he heard this, once this was confirmed to him, that's really. But he was already becoming detached, like already. But let's see. I mean, I'm getting that he loved his family, he loved his mom, he loved them, but at the same time, I do feel some resentment coming from them. And I also feel like he resented his mom in a way because I feel like he just, for some weird reason, it's almost like he looked at this as if it was her fault. It's, I'm just getting, he just came from a very fucking dysfunctional home. What was his what were things like? We're gonna ask one more question, you guys. And also, some weirdo just keeps popping in and out. I don't know why, but the video's not gonna change. I don't know why they keep looking. But what was the relationship between Ted Bundy's grandparents even after they moved away from the home? What was the relationship between Ted Bundy's grandmother and his grandfather like after Ted Bundy had moved away from the home when he was 4 years old? Yeah, it wasn't a good home, y'all. It wasn't a good home at all. It wasn't a good home. And I'm also feeling like I don't know if his grandparents divorced, but um yeah, it just I don't know. I just feel like yeah, they could have possibly yeah, they could have possibly divorced, you guys. The grandparents. That's probably another reason why they left too. But yeah, there was not good things that were said between the grandfather and the grandmother. Like the conversation, like he really grew up in a dysfunctional household. The mother grew up in a dysfunctional household. It was very imbalanced. Very imbalanced. It was not a happy home, especially after that had happened. Yeah, it was very stressful. I feel a lot of stress, a lot of people talking to each other crazy. Just like, it just wasn't good. What was Ted Bundy's mom's relationship with her father like? What was her relationship with her father like, Spirit? What was Ted Bundy's mother's relationship with her father like? Y'all, this is a hot ass mess. A hot ass fucking mess. No wonder the guy was so fucked up mentally. I hate to say it like that, but no wonder. Yeah, she resented him, you guys. Yeah, that's the reason why, another reason why she moved away. Yeah. She didn't feel like her father protected her. And not only that, but she didn't feel like he honored her mom either. Like, she saw the pain that it did, that happened. Like, yeah, he brainwashed her. Like, he was molesting her for a while. Like, she wanted to get as far away from him as possible. And I'm also getting that after she did move and took her son, Ted Bundy, with her, there was little to no communication with her father. Like, I just feel like she got tired of keeping the secrets. I also feel like, the father was kind of like abusive. I'm getting a abusive energy, but yeah, it's almost like the way he treated her was not like a father should treat a daughter. And with this temperance card, I just feel like they were just, this has been something that's been going on for a long time, but they didn't talk for a long time either. Yeah, she really resented her father. She wanted to get away from him. She did not want to be around him. She didn't want to be near him. I feel like just being around her father just disgusted her. And in the first moment she was able to leave, she did. Her father, just like I said, he didn't seem like he was just a father to her. He didn't protect her, And she had kept a secret of this sexual abuse. His mom had kept this secret for a very long time, even before she got pregnant. It's just so to happen that she ended up getting pregnant. But she was just tired of the secrets. She was just tired of everything. So they didn't, from what I'm seeing, they didn't have a loving relationship. It was not the best relationship at all. So anyway, I'm going to leave that right there. I thank you, Spirit, for giving me the messages that I was able to receive. So to put this all together into perspective, whatever you want to call it, he grew up in a very dysfunctional household. There was a lot of lies, a lot of manipulation going on, lot of detached, cold energy. Now I'm seeing why his mom actually tried to protect him too. And that's another reason why she moved away. She wanted to protect her son, and she tried to make things as normal for him as possible. And unfortunately, her father, Ted Bundy's grandfather, was a very sick, abusive, cold-hearted individual. And that demon that was inside the father trickled down inside of that seed, unfortunately. I hate to say it like that. but this is all like family secrets, family like just dysfunction that led to him being the person that he was. And that also what this also plays out in the way he did things. You know, he lived two different lifestyles because that's what he was taught. You know, on one end, it was like he was this straight A student, very loving, very, good person that wouldn't hurt a fly that people knew him of. But then on the other hand, this was his secrets that he was going around raping and killing people. It's the same fucking thing. To his family, like on the outside, they wanted to appear like they were like the perfect, normal, good, loving, wholesome family. But on the inside, there were all of these secrets, all of this dysfunction that was going on. So he is honestly a product of where he came from, unfortunately. And even though his mom tried to protect him and shield him the best way she could, it's just, you can't escape that type of demon. And unfortunately, that demon followed him. And so I know he has kids. I don't know what's really going on with his kids or whatever. He didn't get a chance to raise his kids, thank goodness. But this is the reason why it is good to, deal with those traumas, those family traumas, those family lies, the deceptions, all the things that has been going on. That's the reason why it's so important to do your cord cuttings, to do your spiritual baths, to do your, just your overall cleansing, to heal yourself spiritually. Go talk to someone, get some help, because things like this happen every single day. You don't know what's going on in someone's family that could be just like right next door to you, okay? So me being so spiritually aware that the way I am, I don't believe things, I don't believe people. Even so, some of the most normal, decent, loving seeming people, it's just like you don't know what's going on behind closed doors in these people's lives, So that was that. I hope you guys enjoyed this reading. Whoever keeps peeping in and out, we're still talking about Ted Bundy and they left out again. People are fucking weird. Thank y'all for watching. I will be back with another one of these next week.